Is this actually streaming? Sorry, I just I'll get back to what I was saying. Make sure everything's okay. Yeah, everything's fine. Okay. He's had a very good season so far. Kind of his championship battle kind of been a little bit dampened by Jeremy obviously moving back to F2, but there's still a lot to play for, and his lead is only 12 points, so, and the car allocation change is coming up after this race, so that could certainly spice things up. Obviously with this being a performance league. His one sort of blot on his season would be the DNF at Austria, which unfortunately I think he had a few connection issues that time around. And also the third place at China where after him and Jamie had that colour coming together. But overall, a good season for our boy. But it would be, I think at times it'd be interesting to see what it'd be like if he had to fight through the field a bit more. I think he had to do that at China, might be wrong. And I think he certainly had to do that at Austria. So it'd be interesting to see if he was further down the field than usual, what he'd do.
Our boy never actually turned up at Austria.
What race am I thinking of where he, like, some people could see him and some people couldn't?
I'm not entirely certain. It might be Bahrain.
I just remember Jamie saying he couldn't see him. It's a race. I assumed it'd be Austria just because of the DNF, or well, just a dash, shall we say? Yeah. But no, good to see.
I think it might be Bahrain because that was where they had the big turn one clash, wasn't it?
Oh yeah.
And they're both like fighting through the field a bit.
Yeah, good season though for our boy. 12 points clear, but I think that could all change depending on what car he's in after this race. I mean, he could potentially, I don't want to jinx this for him, but the Manor, could that be a possibility? Who knows? Speed Queen is in second in the Sauber, last season's champion. She's had a solid season. I'm just looking at results here. She's come no lower than fourth in any of the races this year. But she's also not been above third apart from that win in China. So, consistent, but maybe not as close to the sharp end as she would like on some occasions.
I think the sound is probably a little bit slower than the Toro also is, so she's been doing well just to keep up with our boy. They're probably quite equal on pace, but the difference in the cars, that's probably what cost the championship at the moment.
And then, I mean, that's the potential, and I reckon she could be in a quicker car than him after the car allocation. I'd be surprised if that isn't the case. I think, obviously she had that brilliant tactical decision at China, which was the reason why she managed to win the race. That and the Tauros coming together. Then we got our Turner, who's in third, and to be honest with you, it's a weird driver standings in a way because the front three are miles ahead of the rest of the field. Fourth place is on 24 points, 50 points off the lead of the championship, so it pretty much is a freeway battle already, really, isn't it?
You never know. The top three might have really, really bad luck or really, really bad car allocation, but it does seem quite unlikely, I suppose.
Yeah. Our Turner had his worst race out last race. I seem to remember that he just lacked a lot of pace last time out.
Spain, yeah, I think he was caught up in a few incidents as well, which didn't help.
Currently fourth is Giammi Bear, who had a much opposite race to our Turner in Spain. Best result by a mile. Apart from that, he's only had 2 fifth places at Bahrain and Hungary. Hasn't got any points for the rest of them. But looks to be improving race by race, and who knows, he could be a challenger again today. I think the Ferrari will be a good car around Canada, actually.
It's performed quite well in real life, so let's see you doing. Obviously, the engine might be a bit of an issue through the corners, and definitely prefer to be in that in the Red Bull or the Toro also.
So that's sort of a top 4 of the grid, as I think we're looking set to be setting off very soon. Oh yeah, we are going now. Any other drivers who you think have either overperformed or underperformed this season to what you were expecting?
I might have been expecting a little bit more from Duo then, but he hasn't really shown off too many races. This is he has shown off too well, done amazing, and obviously last week he tried that one stop, which didn't quite work for him.
It's the first sort of flashes of pace we've seen from him really, all season.
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe he's starting to get to grips with the 2015 handling model.
Yeah, perhaps. I think him and Ilo don't have much time to practice, so there's still many ways just learning the game even at this late stage.
And then of course you've got Philip and Jared who are very quick but haven't had a lot of time in the league really yet, so I think they'll rise up the standings race on race.
Yeah, definitely Philip, maybe if Carl allocate him put something ever so slightly quicker than 14 year, or could help him a lot, or maybe if you go people put them slightly slower car, that could also help him.
Well, we have a 14 car grid. I'd say it's pretty much a full grid as well, because I believe Osleemers isn't really bothering anymore. So a full grid should be very interesting this race. No one's rushing out on track.
Nope, it's abbreviating. I think I heard a car go up just there. Yeah, it was our boy, predictably. He always seems to like to be our first, so.
There are some echoes. Okay, I'm not really sure why that's happened. I don't know if that's helped, or I've just turned myself down. I don't know what I've done there. Yeah, apologies for the echoes if there are any. Can you hear echoes, Hulk? I think Hulk might have gone to kill his dog, but yeah, we have now got some trackers. Alright, so the dog is alive, which is good news, I think.
For now.
First out on track, you may be surprised to hear is I think it was our boy.
Yeah, it was. He always likes to be out early.
Yeah, someone
started screaming at me, but
yeah, somebody said there are some echoes. I don't know. Can you hear echoes, Hulk?
No. That might have something to do with my house. People shouting.
Oh yeah, that could be what it is.
Hopefully that'll stop.
I know I have a friend who at times can have a how can I say it? It's a very I can hear my own voice on his headset.
Ah, right.
Oh, not from me, from you. Yeah, the echoes from you. It's okay. It's just other people in the house. Okay,
If it continues, then I'll try and fix something. I might turn my phone down or something. See if that helps.
It's not too bad to be fair. What I can hear. So.
But anyway, our boys on his flying lap now. And,
yep, done a quick first sector. I'd say quick first sector because he's in the tar, so.
Very much like how he took turn 4 there.
Missed the apex a little bit of that hairpin, but I don't think it matters as much as long as you get a good exit.
We'll see how he takes the final chicane.
It's usually a big talking point. I'd say that's fairly good.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine, I think. It's a 113.
Dead.
It's a good benchmark for us to try and
Our Turner is on the prime tyre. I'm going to see what he can do.
Probably improving that later in the race, later in the qualifying session rather.
Our Turner comes across the line.
Purple middle section.
Our Turner's not really close to the pace. I'll follow Jared now. Here he is, just going down the first DRS straight. Leading on to the pit straight. How does he attack the final corner? Pretty well, from what I saw there.
Same as our one, really.
Yep. Is he good? I think he might go quickest here.
Yes.
No. His last sector.
Looked like he had. That was a forcing gear that seemed to be spun at turn 2 now.
Bennyville's gone third, single cab fourth. Taffo's just gone to P8. Who else is on a lap who could potentially?
I don't really think there's a real lap.
Phillips made a mistake on his lap, I think. The sector times aren't really representative.
Yeah. He might have been the car that was spun.
Speed Queen's just started a lap. She's just about to complete the first sector. 21.9, that's quite a bit off our boy. 6 or 7 temps.
I think Philip might be going for a second lap.
Yeah, he must have.
He seems to be struggling with them this year.
Speed Queen is on a decent lap. It's not mind blowing. I think it might go into third. There's quite a gap there between second and third.
So the times can change drastically throughout the session. So
she went too quickly into the first part of the chicane. Had to bail out of it a little bit, which I think will cost her time. Yeah, she only goes into P5 and her last sector is not very quick. Yeah, Philip, just going to see what Philip does here. I don't think it's as quick as what he can go, but he goes P9. Seems to be struggling a little bit in the early stages of qualifying, but still a long way to go. Is that man meant to be in the Force India? I don't know why, I just seem to think that he shouldn't be in that car. Could just be me though. Is that man meant to be in the Force India? Something just seems to be making me think that he's in a different car.
There was 2 Lotuses. There was 3 looked like people who were meant to be in the Lotus. So one of them had swap.
Okay. I think that was something discussed in the chat or something. I just haven't looked at. Joe Finn's lap isn't particularly quick, but he's only on a prime tyre. The newcomer to the league, Sadio. I won't say it's right, Sadio. I'll go with. He's gone P7. Yeah, I believe he's some.
I believe he's a friend of our boy, isn't he?
Yeah. So we have 2 Germans in the league now then, and both know each other. Philip's now gone into P3, but he's still 1.3 seconds off our boy's time. Iola went to P5, which is the best I've seen him produce for quite a while.
Yeah, it's good luck from him. He's usually right down the back of the field, so he'll be pleased with that for now, I think.
I'll look down the order. I think there's going to be some improvements to come. There's a lot of drivers going out on prime tyres early on. No one's on a lap at the moment, I don't think.
It's just taking it very steady for some reason.
Yeah. His first sector is not mind-blowing, let's put it that way.
Definitely not. And Jeremy Bear still hasn't come out on track yet.
So it looks as though they've got a lull in qualifying. Our boys come back out for another lap to try and better his pole position lap, which looked fairly good as it was, but clearly thinks there's more time to be found.
Well, Jared still has the quickest middle sector, so loads of time to be found there for him perhaps.
Yeah, it's quite surprising in a way, really, the sector times, because Jared's quicker in the middle sector, which you'd probably say the Lotus would struggle around, and then you've got our boy quickest in the last sector, where you'd think the Toro Rosso would struggle with a Renault engine and Lotus would thrive with a Mercedes engine.
Yeah, in respect to the third sector is really just the hairpin and one chicane.
Yeah.
And a big straight in the middle of it, so...
It's a bit odd that really that the Mercedes engine car is struggling in the last sector. I didn't
Our boy seems to defy logic all the time also.
Yeah. In the last race, I don't know if it was our boy, but I seem to remember, was it Jared that was struggling for straight line speed as well then?
Yeah, I think it was actually Jared.
So it could be another problem.
He was attempting to overtake for I think third or second place.
Jared's just set, I mean our boy's just set another purple mid the first sector. So
yep,
he's
just marginally quicker.
He's improving out there.
See what the middle sector is.
This is where we struggled last time. It's a purple middle sector as well.
I don't think he got quite good in the next set.
Yeah, he's currently set, I think he's about 2 tenths up on his previous best lap time, but he might have lost that. We'll soon find out. Oh, bit of oversteer on exit. Is he going to go quicker?
He's just about. A few hundreds quicker, I think.
1:13.023. I wonder if is there a way I can view the race director from here? Yeah, there is.
Yeah, you can. It's just how you normally view it.
I thought so. Our boy's second lap time is identical to his first.
Identical?
Absolutely identical. I thought it was.
So it is.
That's incredible.
2 and a bit tenths in the last sector. So.
And he's got to set the identical time. Now I don't think the game's got it right because I believe in real F1 it's your first lap time that stands. But
yeah, I think I'm not entirely sure. Does it ever happen in F1 before?
all I think of is when drivers who do equal times to each other. It usually is the first driver one set it first that goes ahead. That's the same thing I was basing it on.
I can't really remember a time where advanced done an identical lap time.
Speed Queen's got to third on a 1:13.8. 8 tenths off our boy and 4 tenths off Jared. That's decent lap time.
It's not bad.
She only lost time to Jared anyway in the middle sector.
Obviously, yeah, strategy could be interesting because you can do a 1-stop. You can also do 2-stop, depending which not a massive difference in the time between them.
So someone who's on a decent lap is Bennyville. He's currently in P5.
So, yes.
Oh, he's not got a great last chicane now.
No, he's very cautious.
Bennyville goes, stays 5th. I think he improved a little bit, but that last chicane cost him.
Overly cautious with the last chicane.
Yeah. Our Turner goes P4 on a 14 dead.
What the hell is Philip doing?
What happened?
He was sitting off track at the top of the hairpin for about 20 seconds.
We can ask him about that after the race. Art Man just following him around. It looks like a decent first sector. I don't know how it compares to his previous best. It's a personal best. Yeah, personal best in both sectors, but he did tap a wall coming out of the hairpin, which isn't going to help. And now just got to get ready for the last chicane, which can make or break your lap, as we just saw with Bennyville. A little bit cautious, but not quite as cautious as Bennyville. This could be a good.
All the time preparing for his final lap and then missed the first corner.
And Hartman's gone into P7 on a 14.5. Very close in that group actually, sort of between, well, 5th and 9th, or 5th and 10th, should I say.
Jamie bedded a 1:15.6 on Prime Higher.
So Philip's not on a lap because he prepared for it and then messed it up straight away. That must be the most frustrating feeling in the world in qualifying, when you prepared for a lap and then saw out the window after 5 seconds.
Yeah.
So what's Jamie's better time? That's a decent lap time, to be fair. I think on options and he's going quicker on his second lap as well, which on the primes is quite understandable.
Dual Finn's lap wasn't great, I suppose. Stuck in 12th still. That was on option tyres, but he's gone a bit better in this second lap.
Yeah, the tyres can last quite a while here, which I think is meaning you can do quicker lap times second, third time round.
Yeah, Artman did a 1:13.9. Fourth place now.
Ah, it's a very good lap time there, and Jammy Bear's going to do. It's going to definitely improve his position up to 6th on a 1:14.2. That's a very good lap on prime tyres.
Yeah, definitely. He's definitely could disrupt a few people's races.
Yeah, if he can sort of stay in the main group like for the first stint, he can certainly become a factor later on in the race. Duofin's improved in both sectors, a bit too cautious through the last chicane, mind you. And Duofin goes. He stays P12. Too cautious around the last chicane, I'm afraid.
Said he was about to complete the lap. It's going to be a little bit quicker.
Oh yeah, just found him. Again, a little bit too cautious through a chicane, I reckon, but it might improve his position. No.
Cautious, but it's very, very clean.
Yeah, certainly no. I don't know. Yeah. It's all about finding the perfect balance. I think our boy and Jared in particular looked very good through the last chicane. Our boy seems to be a bit caught in gear.
Hartman just went 10 quicker than his personal best in the first sector.
Oh, we may have a contender here. He's certainly looking pretty good in that Force India. Currently out qualifying his more illustrious teammate Philip, I think it's fair to say.
Yeah, generally what you'd expect Philip to be quicker. And Hartman's not slow.
Hartman's middle sector's gone off there.
You can still do it in the lap if you want.
And speaking of his teammate Philip, he's literally right behind him on track.
You know, Phillips still hasn't really done a lap he'd be happy with.
I think he's preparing for one now. Just don't mess it up at the first turn, Philip.
You see on his fine lap he's got there, he's probably messed up in that sector. It's definitely what it looks like.
Oh, on board with Philip, that Force India doesn't half look a handful.
No, he's getting a lot of understeering.
See what his first sector's like. 21.3. It's not a personal best.
It's quick though.
Yeah. It's the middle and last sectors where he needs to improve.
And his first sector is better than anyone apart from our boy.
It's just about getting his other two sectors right. I think especially the last sector he lost a lot of time in last time round. What's his middle sector like? Not particularly great. Could still improve if he has a good run out the last chicane.
Yep. We're not going to be able to see it, I suppose.
Ah yes, of course, checker flags come out now, which means we might not be able to tell if he improves until we... Let's have a look. He's gone third.
That was a very, very good last sector.
Yeah, that's a brilliant last sector. He's gone ahead of Speed Queen. Bennyville, is Bennyville on a lap? Not really, no. No, he's slowed down, he's gone to the pits. And I think oh no, it's Duofin still. Taffer's on a lap, but I don't think it's going to do much for him. Duofin, could potentially, is probably the only one now who could be on a lap.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he is or not.
No. Straight to the pits. And that brings us into qualifying, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we're just following him to pits for some reason.
Which means our boy takes pole again.
I don't want to see the cars in the pits.
I'm panic to see the results.
Yeah, it will be quite good, you know. Okay, just push Tougher into the pits. Yeah, well done. No rush.
We'll get there eventually.
Yep. In your own time game. Oh, there you go. He's getting wheel back in. There we go. That's surely got to be it now. Oh God. Why do I have a bad feeling about this? This game. There we go.
There we go.
So yeah, our boy takes pole position by 4 tenths, ahead of Jared. Good luck from him. Phillips somehow pulled a brilliant last sector out of the bag to get third. Head of Speed Queen. Hartman did a very good job in P5. R. Turner 6 for the Red Bull. Jammy Bear's one to look out for. P7 on the primes. With Bennyville 8. Duofin 9th. Viola 10th. Single Cab 11th. Cydia 12th. But it's very, very close. It's close I've seen F1 look for a long, like all season, I'd say, in terms of the times.
Definitely, it's very close midfield, and even at the front, the second, third and fourth separated by 3 tenths of a second, so could be very good races.
Yeah, I've noticed that kind of seems to close the gap between drivers. I was worried about my lap time compared to somebody else's in F5 I was talking to, but I think that's just a thing with Canada. It doesn't really give much advantage or disadvantage to anyone. Yeah, 14 car grid. We don't have to get out of the way for anyone, which is nice. However, we might have to be quick with retiring from session because it's a very short run down to turn 1.
Yeah, we don't want to get caught up with anything. So.
Yeah. Yeah, it says, I've noticed the right race strategy when I was looking at it. It says like 1 stopper, but although you can do a 1 stopper, I think the quickest strategy here is a 2 stopper.
Depends how well you have to use tyres. RDO did a 1 stopper yesterday, and technically it was quicker. You won't even a second because of the penalty.
I guess it sort of depends on where your track position is. If you're on a 2 stopper, you need to be out of traffic, really.
Oh, here we go.
Okay.
It's not letting me retire. I finally got to retire after about 7 tries.
So our boys kept P1 around the first corner, Jared P2, Philip P3, Hartman's up to P4, with Speed Queen dropping down. It seems to be clear. No, Bennyville's gone round it. Oh, and Single Cab's gone round as well. In the background, I just saw that then.
I think we'll just curse it a bit there.
Yeah, commentators curse completely.
Bennyville just clipped Duofin with a tyre, sent him spinning into the wall. Fortunately, he doesn't seem to have any damage.
Yeah, so just checking who had gone off there. Our boys sort of already got a bit of a lead going with Jared. Got a lot of pressure from Philip, with Artman having trouble with Speed Queen behind him. No DRSs as yet, but I still think the slipstream could be powerful enough to see some overtakes down this straight.
Yep, see what Philip can do.
Yeah. Yeah, we know Jared seems to struggle with straight line speed, but he wasn't quite close enough there.
Yeah, I know.
And it almost harmed his run out the corner, really.
Yeah, Philip didn't get the best run out in the final section, so the final corner rather.
I tell you something.
And Jared seems to caught up with our boy.
Yeah, I think Jared got a good run out the last corner because he's all over the back of our boy. And Hartman's gone wide, and that could give Speed Queen the opportunity to make a move. It's very close into his corner. And I think Speed Queen's made it stick. That was a very good move.
Very difficult overtake through there, well done on both.
Oh, and Jeremy Bear's gone for the very late move on Hartman. Oh, that's a bit questionable.
Yep. Yeah. He was involved in a couple of incidents in Spain as well.
Yeah, that was a bit opportune. And now I think there's a bit of a trend developing now due to that sort of the effect of all those cars coming together. There's now got a Ferrari, there's a Force India and 2 Red Bulls in there.
Yeah, and it's also allowed to be clean to pull away from them after overtaking Hartman.
There we go. Try and find a good camera angle then. I think there's going to be a mass slipstream thing going on here. 2 Ferraris with Geofin potentially attacking Jeremy Bear, is it? Not quite. And in fact, Geofin's had a poor run out. Yeah, I was going to say, I think Geofin got a poor run out of corner, and Hartman's going to take P6. Or is he?
Breaks a bit early.
Oh,
he broke a bit early.
Yeah, sort of like. Oh, Geofin, it's gone! He's lost the front wing. Oh dear.
That was just a mistake on his part. He got on the throttle too early and spun the car.
Oh, it just doesn't seem to go out. It just doesn't seem to. I don't know. It's bad luck or mistakes, but Geofin just isn't getting the rub of a green at the moment.
No, he did an audacious strategy call last week, which didn't work out for him, and this week he was unlucky. He just got on the throttle too early. And what's Philip doing down in 10th place?
Whoa! What have we missed there? So Philip is, and he's slowing down, and he's completely slowed. What? He's got a problem with a car. Single cab's left possession.
And now he's speeding him. What went on there?
Was he waiting for single cab? Had he had an incident with single cab? And he was waiting for him. But having said that, single cab was at the back, so that wouldn't make any sense. That's completely baffling.
I don't quite understand that. He doesn't have any damage that I can see.
So now the top 3 are very spaced out. Speed Queen's now up to 3rd. Jeremy Bear's in 4th, which considering he's on the prime tyre, I think he'll be very happy with. But Hartman's over the back of him in the Force India in 5th. Oh my god, Hartman nearly made the same mistake that Geofin made. He saw literally a lap earlier. Got on the throttle too early and nearly span it into the wall.
I wonder if there might be a slight collision between Jared and Philip, because our boys brought out a bit of a gap.
Yeah, that could be potentially what happened there. Our Turner's now over the back of Hartman for P5. Iola's now P7, John Bed's P8 on the primes. But he's under pressure from Sadio, who was going to look for the move but seemed to back out at probably the best idea, to be fair. Taffer's in 10th and Bennyville, who I think was involved in first corner shenanigans, down in 11th. With Philip P12 and Geofin in P13, who now has a new front wing.
Yep.
And it's looking... Yeah, it'll be interesting to hear from him after a race as to what's happened there. There's a few puzzling things now with Philip. He's slowing down in just then, and then obviously in qualifying the parking at the hairpin for 20 seconds. So, interesting to know more. Our boy's got a 1.7 second lead on Jared. It looks a bit more than that, to be honest, and it could just be how it looks, but I think Speed Queen's 6 seconds off the lead. And I feel like we could have a three-way battle for 4th very soon. With
our Turner's on the back of Hartman. Hartman's close to Jeremy.
Oh, Jeremy Bear had a massive oversteer moment going out the corner, and now he's going to have Hartman over the back of him. What's with the Ferraris? An oversteer?
I don't know. King Lightning had an issue around here, didn't he?
And Hartman now's in a good position to attack. I think Jeremy Bear's... No, he didn't. Went a little bit wide, not too bad. I think Hartman just is a little bit cautious on the brakes.
Remember, Jeremy Bear is on the prime tyres.
Yep. And Hartman will be looking then to get past him as soon as possible. Is he going to make a move? No.
Rushing to get another back of these cars in front of them. I think it's Taffer in the Williams next car ahead.
Not quite close enough for Hartman round turn 1. Well, it was all really close in qualifying, but it has all kind of got spread out, especially at the front.
It was very close to the first couple of laps as well, but there's a few mistakes, a few incidents, and that all goes down again. We'll keep on this battle for fourth.
I think our turners will.
Inside.
Yep.
Just couldn't quite make around that chicane. Probably going to walk down the DRS straight.
Yeah, and I think Jamie Bear made a bit of a mistake as well there, because I thought he'd have pulled a bit further away due to them battling, but not to be. And now with DRS, it could be quite interesting. Our turner's probably going to be the one with a disadvantage here, because the Red Bull's not particularly quick in a straight line, but he'll get a double slipstream there. And Artman's coming down the inside. Oh, it's going to be too close. No! Oh no! I thought, how have they got away with that?
But with no damage, I'm quite shocked. Surely Artman should have some damage to us losing after all that.
Yeah, Artman's lost a position, but he's lucky to not have lost a lot more than that.
Yeah, definitely. I think. What's his front wing made of?
It's incredible. It's also incredible how he didn't spin, because he got like two massive whacks there.
Yeah, maybe one of them just like set him right, perhaps. I don't know.
That's incredible. My heart was in my mouth there, but we got away with it just about. But Artman might come to pressure from Iola very soon.
The gap between our board and Jared isn't increasing at all. It's still 1.9 seconds roughly.
Well, Iola here is going to be battling for P6 very shortly.
Yeah, he's having a decent race.
Is there any way you can check the front wing at all? Like check if there's damage to the front wing?
There's definitely no damage to it, you'd know. Is there Phillips note 10 who's taking some throw?
Having said that, Artman has pitted, so maybe there was a little bit of damage. Because I think he was struggling a little bit through the hairpin. Yeah, I always had a good race.
I thought you were further up than that.
I think he's pitted because he started on the primes.
Oh.
So
maybe the prime tyres on the tyre of choice right here.
Maybe he's getting them out of the way so he can get on the options. Yeah. So now he can sort of run now at his own pace in clear air, and he might come back into it later on.
Jared's very slowly closing the gap.
1.3 now.
3 seconds.
Yeah. Is our boy starting to lose his tyres a little bit?
Similar thing happened last week, I believe. But Jared's pace on the prime tyres cost him the win.
And I think it's clear to see from pace, I think these two are in their own league.
Yeah, it looked like it.
Speed Queen isn't on the same pace as them. What's the gap now to 1.5 now, so pulled out a little bit. I think Jared had a few oversteer problems at the hairpin.
Through the field. Not too much going on at the moment.
Phillips pitting from P9.
All the people pitting now, you'd think could be going on to
yeah, Tafer's pitting as well. Tafer's gone on to primes, and Phillips gone on to another set of options. So Philip opted in to run primes at the end to maybe get himself back in contention now. However, Philip's going to be very close to him and John McBaird. Who's going to come out in front? It's Philip. That's crucial, that, I think, for his chances today.
Yeah, definitely. It's damage limitation for him now, after whatever happened to him early on in the race.
Well, I've just been lucky enough just to switch on board with Joefin, and he nearly copied his second corner mistake from earlier.
You see a bit more cautious out there.
You sort of make the mistake, you'd think not to do it again, but no, that's...
Yeah.
Jared's had a poor lap, he's now 2.2 seconds off our boy.
Just hope to see these battle at some point.
Yeah, come on, Jared, don't let us down. And now that Jammy Bear's obviously on the primes, I think you can start to see the primes better tyre life kicking in because he's pulled away from our Turner.
And at this point, the option really going off a bit.
Credit to Iola and Sadio. Obviously, we've never seen Sadio before, and we've seen Iola, but I think it's the best performance we've seen from Iola this season so far.
Yeah.
Been looking very good.
We get a few points to this race. Probably the best finish of the season.
Force India's now. Has Artman pitted or?
Yeah, Altman did pit, yeah.
Yeah, he's on to primes now. Force India kind of promising start, but kind of faded away a little bit with some incidents.
Yeah. Still don't quite know what happened. I thought we all know what happened to Altman, but not. Is there Javis in the pit now?
That's interesting. I'd probably put my money on our boy being the first to pit, but clearly Jared was losing his tyres. Jared goes on to options, so maybe he's looking for the undercut.
Yeah, it's you can get out ahead. Might actually be doing different strategies, obviously, for the one stuff's possible.
Yeah, one problem that Jared might potentially have is that he's pretty close to our Turner.
Yeah, and our Turner is different. Don't want to be letting them through too easily.
So that could be a potential problem. Unless if our Turner pits this lap, it might not be too bad, but it obviously depends on what he does. Just see if there's any battles.
Let's see what our boy does in terms of the pits.
Jofin's just overtaken Tafo for P12, right at the back of the field. But I'm just going to watch Jofin out of turn 2. Oh, that's more like it, Duo. Our boys carried on. Speed Queen has carried on for another lap.
Yep.
Probably a bit
slowly closing the gap, I think.
And and our Turner has just been overtaken by Jared down the DRS straight. And our Turner had a massive moment coming out of the final chicane as well.
Yeah,
but Jared's up to P4. This is the most amount of oversteer I've noticed in the F1 leagues so far this season, I think.
It's still a high traction zone, isn't it? So.
Yeah, you can really see, this is the sort of track where you can really see they're not running assist.
Pretty much every single corner is a high traction zone, so it's not really that surprising when you see the tails coming out on them. Speed Queen showing how she's better on the tyres than the rest of the field, closing the gap on our water point now.
Yeah, I was just noticing that. Not surprising. I'd be very shocked if our boy doesn't pit at the end of this lap.
Unless he's trying on one stop.
Yeah, he must. Well, yeah, he carries on.
Takes a long curve.
I'll tell you something. If both our boy and Speed Queen do one stoppers, I know who I'd put my money on to come out best out of that.
Yeah, definitely I'll go for Speed Queen.
Gap's now down below 6 seconds.
Speed Queen could be thinking that she don't want to curse her or anything, but win could potentially be in the cards. But Javid is absolutely flying at the moment.
Yep, and he's right behind Jammy Bear for P3.
He's on quite warm fine tyres.
Yep, right behind him now. Is he going to try and move here? I think he could potentially get him on traction, to be honest. Not quite.
Very difficult overtaking on those, really.
Yeah. Yeah, oh, he could get him on traction to the hairpin, but is he going for the move? He is indeed. And he's completely overshot it. I think he might just. I think he's just about got away with it though.
Yep. Lucky to have not lose a little bit of his something there.
Yeah. Can hit it at the right angle possibly. Speed Queen's pitted.
9 seconds.
No, Speed Queen hasn't pitted. No, my bad. kind of got a
The
different.
gap's now 4.9 seconds.
Yeah, I reckon lap 15 they could pit the end of if they're going for a one stopper.
Yeah. That's roughly where you see people start coming.
So you'd imagine that Jared's going to take the lead, and then obviously it's all about, for Jared it's just about putting in coil lap after coil lap.
Yeah, that's what you're going to want. At this point, 13.5 seconds is definitely going to take the lead. It's how much of a gap you can pull out before having to go up the prime time himself.
So it's I think all those top three could be in it at the end of a race. It'll still be interesting to see.
See what Harboy does this month.
Trying to see.
Harboy pits. Speed Queen carries on.
I think Iola and potentially Turner are doing one stoppers as well.
Yeah, if anyone hasn't pitted now, you'd imagine it would be one stoppers. Yeah,
It's
Harboy just came into the pits and they're putting on the prime tyres. It's quite a long way to go on them.
I've noticed something else as well. We mentioned obviously Speed Queen being quicker than Arboy on the one stopper. I'd say the same for the Red Bull of Iola over his teammate Turner. He seems to be closing him in.
Yeah, looks very close to that. Here's all gap it's about 2.9 seconds. We'll be at the end of this now on close.
It is, yeah, 2.5 seconds. Is it? No, not 2. Yeah, it is 2.5 seconds. It looks a little bit less than that actually.
You've got to turn into the pitch, Iola could try and get the jump on him. Open him because.
I mentioned Arboy pitted, didn't you?
Yep.
And he's just had to fend off Jammy Bear, who is looking racy. I think Arboy just made the move.
Yeah, Speed Queen going out for another lap.
I've got to say though, if Arboy pitted at the end of lap 14, was it?
Yeah.
For primes. He's going to struggle towards the end of the race, yeah, I was thinking that. I think he's going to come under attack at the end of the race, because we saw there that Arboy isn't particularly good at the end of a stint. Certainly not compared to Speed Queen, or anyway. So this race really could turn into a good three-way battle at the end, if it turns out as we're expecting.
Very strategic at the moment. Jared's catching up very quickly to Speed Queen. You expect Speed Queen to get at the end of this lap. Phillips on the prime tyres now. When do you pit again?
Philip, is that?
Yeah.
I think he pitted about lap 8 or 9, so he's gonna probably go to about.
He pitted on lap 8 and came in for another set of options.
Now he's pitted again. I'm not really entirely sure what he's going for there. He could run the primes.
Interesting race, let's put it that way.
Yeah, it's been an odd one. Maybe because we said we'd interview him after the race.
Speed Queen's just came into the pits.
Just responding to someone, says, how can they join in these races? Well, no, it's almost like Philip knows. Well, he knows he's going to be interviewed after a race. He's trying to make it exciting, things to talk about.
Yeah, our boy is 4.3 seconds behind Jared at the moment.
So that's not too bad then for our boy. Not quite as bad as I thought.
Speed Queen's 9.5 seconds behind.
But her prime tyres are going to be a lot better shape than our boys at the end.
Yeah. When did Jared come in? It was quite early, wasn't it?
It could be. I'd be worth saying as far as that. I mean, with our boy, especially with damage being on, I think that puncture potentially with those primes.
Yeah, maybe. Tyres certainly not that bad around here.
Yeah, 21 laps on them.
Not the best on his tyres.
21 laps and he struggled to do 14 on the options. It's a bit worrying.
That's true. You expect Jared coming to the end, towards the end of this thing, on lap 9 or 10, I think, all tyres. So.
I mean, a potential plan B for our boy might be do a short stint now and go back on options again. But
potentially, yeah, but he went so long on those options that
yeah, it almost ruins the whole idea of a strategy, really.
Yeah.
Jammy Bear's in P4, now on option tyres. If Jammy Bear's pitted now, then I don't think he's on a one-stopper.
No, you're going to struggle to do 17 laps on.
Artman's now up to P5, now everyone's made their stop. Iola's ahead of our Turner now. And it's very close between them. Red Bulls are very close. So it could be a battle on for P6 here. Yeah, Iola, who struggled all season against our Turner, who's P3 in the championship. And they've both been in the same cars all season, so this is great to see Iola mixing it in with these sort of drivers. It's certainly his best race of the season. I don't know, maybe he's had time to practice a little bit more for this one, who knows. And our Turner now has got a DRS. He's going to go down being outside of Iola, and our Turner's back up to P6.
Now.
Oh, but he's brushed the wall. Yep. And he's just given the position straight back.
I mean, that's all that work to do again.
Yep. Oh, I'll be a bit disappointed for our Turner that to have made the move and then lose it like that. It wasn't like he was under any pressure to brake late either.
No. John's not exactly flying away from our boy.
No, that's a bit surprising. He's only gained about a second in the last, I'd say, 4 laps. So, yeah, and there's option tyres, I mean...
It's coming towards the end of the life now.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking then, but... Even so, it's probably not as much of a gap as what he'd like. And now our boy's actually closed in the gap now, 5 seconds between them.
Yeah, even Speakling falling 4/10 on that lap.
Yeah, so that's not ideal that for Jared. Even Jammy Bears are closing him down.
Yeah, that's a long way to go, but...
And our Turner's retaken Iola, but he's cut the chicane there. Yeah, he's given the position back to Iola. So that's well played from our Turner. They knew he'd cut the chicane and gave the position back straight away. And he seems to be making a move and then messing it up at the chicane, which must be frustrating.
Yeah, he's continually getting past, but he can't come and drive away, so he has to give positions back or makes a mistake.
And the quick battle away for P9, I don't know if one's just overtaken the other, but Sedio and Jock McBaird are in fairly close proximity.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure on the pace of the two. What strategy either of them on. I think Sedio going for one stop.
I can have a look actually. Race director. Just a few lap times. Sadio pitted on. Yeah, Sadio pitted on the end of lap 15 for prime tyres. So yeah, I think Sadio's running to the end. As Jeremy Bear sets the fastest lap, which is interesting.
He's all contained now, isn't he?
Yeah.
No, not to find out.
And there's a battle here for P11 outside the points between Duo and Philip. Philip's got the DRS on Duo.
Yep, on that Mercedes engine.
And he just roars past Duo. Up into P11 Philip, but he's not really made a good job at chicane, but he's got away with it. Yeah, disappointing for Philip this race.
Surely now would be the time for the bits.
Let's have a look. Yeah, Jared pits. Very laggy as it goes into a pits there, but So our boy now will take over the lead again, provisionally. Well, technically it's not provisionally, but yeah. But now it's all about the gaps. And where's I imagine Jared's going to come out in P3.
Speed Queen's 8.5 seconds behind our boy.
And Jerry Bear's on another. Yeah. It's comfortably in P4, Jeremy Bear. I mean, there's only realistically, as long as he doesn't make a massive error, there's only one way he's going to go in this race, and that's up.
Not sure if he has to pit again or not. He can do 17 laps on option tyre, it's possible.
With the laps he's pumping in, yeah, with the laps he's pumping in, he doesn't really like he's looking at tyre conservation.
Our turn has found his way past Iola again.
And this time he's made it stick, so he'll be hoping now he can pull away. But they're both on one stoppers, I believe, and it looks like Iola had the better tyre wear, so could be interesting later on in the race. And I think regardless, it's just good to see Iola battling with, well, someone who's very good, who's in the same car as him. It's certainly the best race.
To see Iola battling full stop, really.
Yeah, he's probably glad to not have a lonely race for once. I'm sure he'll enjoy the fact he's got a lot of coverage today.
But even when he's ahead of people, he tends to be quite far ahead of them, and the other times he's completely back. Like I think last week he retired.
I think John McBaird has pitted again. He's down to P12 now.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Speed Queen's 8.8 seconds behind our boy. Jared 11 seconds behind our boy.
Just pitted as well.
So Jared should be getting close to Speed Queen very shortly on the fresher rubber. Jared Bear's kind of in a race of his own now. Yeah, you said Artman's pitted. So down to P8 now. I think, have we had another pit stop or, wait a minute. Oh no, missed someone out there when I was scrolling through the grid.
So sort of waiting for our boys' tyres to drop off a bit.
Yeah, I think that could be sort of a waiting game now to see when our boys' tyres drop off and how much they drop off by. I mean, the question I guess now would be, when Jared gets up to Speed Queen, is it in Speed Queen's best interest to fight him, or is it in her best interest to let him through? Or not let him through, but not make it difficult for him? Because
yeah, she's going to find it difficult to catch up to our boy, I think, at this point, so just track position will be crucial, I think.
I mean, there's always the potential maybe that if he does get past it, she can keep in his DRS and it'll pull her closer to our boy as well.
Yeah, depends how good she is out of the corners though.
The Sauber's not the slowest car in a straight line, but it's not the quickest either.
Definitely not. It's what car Jared's on the Lotus? The Lotus will probably be quicker in the straight line, I expect.
Having said that, we noticed that Jared doesn't seem to be blessed with straight line speed, not as much as what we'd expect anyway, with a Mercedes engine.
I wonder whether that's a setup thing or...
Yeah, you'd imagine so. I'm assuming Artman, who's in P8, won't have to stop again now, so he'll be fairly quick from now till the end.
Yeah, that's what you'd imagine.
Could be a battle very soon for P9. Don't think either of these drivers have got to stop again either. Although Philip's strategy, you never really know.
No, you could be doing anything.
Yeah, you could be coming for inters this lap. Who knows? But yeah, he should be getting close to Sedio very soon. Take P9 potentially. Although Sedio won't make it easy for him. And what the? Geofin's just crashed into the pit lane wall.
Really?
On the inside. Okay.
You didn't lose any front wing, fortunately, though.
I have one word I've seen that crash. How?
Yeah, I'm not quite sure how you fashion this pit lane. It's just sort of a straight line.
That literally made no sense. Like the front, it was a front on crash as well. It wasn't like side on crash or anything. It was full pelt into the wall. How the hell has the front wing stayed on?
I am very lucky.
Yeah, that's a bit of luck you need. The gap between Alba and Speed Queen is sort of stabilised now, and Speed Queen's starting to close in. So,
Yeah.
is this the sort of...
Too late anymore, but... With 9 laps to go.
I know it's just me, but is Jared's pace on primes a little bit underwhelming?
It seems to be similar to last week, really.
Oh yeah, he had trouble with primes last week, didn't he?
Yeah, he was pushing our boy all the way in the first and went at the primes and started making a few mistakes.
Yeah, he's somebody else like me. I thought I was the only one who struggled ridiculously on the primes.
Speed Queen's going to have to start closing the gap quite quickly here.
What's happened here? I'm just looking at Jeremy better here. I think Jeremy Bear's pitted again.
Right, I don't quite know why. Oh, I guess, of course, yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at the lap times.
A lot of laps in the options, hadn't he? Yeah.
So he's now in the options again until the end. He's still in P4, so I think he's probably P4 to the end now, really, providing any mishaps.
Yeah. So we just thought, well, I'm not really going to make up any positions here. So. Might as well not run the risk of a puncture.
I think Speed Queen's made a bit of a mistake.
Yeah, Phillips onto the back of Sedio now. Looks to the inside with the final chicane.
Yep, down the inside. Oh! Oh! Oh, that was too much power too soon from Sedio there. Nearly flew the car into the barrier there with how much power he put on. I think he was almost caught out by Phillips' move there, when sort of way he turned in. But Phillips taking P9 now. P8 is his teammate, who is a long way at road. And speaking of his teammate, he's right on the back of Bennyville for P7. So this could be a move very soon. Hartman's going to the end on option tyres, so he'll want to make...
expect him to be quicker at this point. And then you can get on the back by all as well.
And our Turner. So it could be an exciting end to a race for Hartman. As John Bear's quickest again, but Williams is very quick in a straight line, which isn't making it easy for Hartman over Bennyville. But he's outbroke him and he's outbroke the corner, and he's going to have to give that place back, which he is doing. Which I think he's doing. Yeah, he is. I was a bit unsure at first whether he was going to give this back, but I shouldn't have worried in this league.
Doesn't look like the gap between Arbon and Speed Queen's coming down anytime soon. Being around 9 seconds or so.
Yeah, I don't think it particularly helps the Speed Queen now that she's got a mirrors full of Lotus. With Jared.
Yeah, Jared's closed up a fair bit too.
Yeah, so I think Arboy might just survive as long as he doesn't get a puncture or anything. But now Speed Queen's back trying to keep hold of second place, which will be easier said than done by the looks of it. I'm going to follow John Bear across the line because he's probably about to set another fastest lap. Wow, right on cue. Yeah, he's very consistent, not massively quicker than before, but Hartman's now taken P6, so he's taken 2 cars while I wasn't looking. And Iola's going under pressure from Bennyville. So Iola could be back to his 2 positions in very short time here. And he gives it up a bit too easily, really. Didn't really fight Bennyville for that. It's a bit surprising, a bit disappointing, but Still right behind him, so he's got a chance to get past him later on potentially. Poor Philip, I think he's got a lonely ride for 9 for now, because he's not really close to anybody.
Speaking's now starting to pull in Arboy a little bit. Arboy's coming to the pits again. He lost his front wing.
Oh!
Arboy lost his front wing.
Oh wow!
He also crashed.
So Arboy could have potentially thrown away a race win here. It's incredible.
He definitely has thrown away a race win here.
Well,
I think Arboy could take him as well, perhaps.
Not quite.
Yeah, just gets ahead of him.
But
And,
even
Jared's
still.
taking Speed Queen for the lead.
So now, what was a battle for seconds turned into a battle for the lead, and Jared's taken Speed Queen. And Speed Queen might be a bit. Would certainly want to give it up now.
No, and while Jared's got younger tyres, he's not quite as good on them, so.
Yeah, this isn't over yet, and we all know Jared isn't brilliant on those tyres, like prime tyres, seems to struggle on them, so. But I don't think Speed Queen got a great exit out of that corner. So, but.
It's just changing completely. What happened to Arboy?
Yeah, shame we can't rewind. But,
He also just made a mistake and crashed into a wall. But
he's going to be kicking him. He's going to be kicking himself in that cockpit because he had a comfortable win.
yeah, Speed Queen looks on the outside of turn 1.
Oh,
There's a bit of contact between the two, I think.
oh! I just caught the end of that there. Yeah. But Jared's hold on to it. Jared seems to have a customary kick of oversteer coming out of turn 2 every time.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what happened with that incident entirely. It looked as though Speed Queen couldn't really have went much further to the outside, so I can't really blame her. In terms of like races too badly going, Speed
There's a
Queen
bit of front
really
wing
good trying
damage
game.
around sort of turn 4 area. I don't know if that's from our boy.
You'd have thought you'd lost more time.
Yeah.
That would be that early though.
If those two keep battling up front, I don't know if they are still. Yeah, they are still battling. It's not out of question that our boy could get back into this.
I'm wondering if he hit the world champions, then whether they'll just spin around and go into the pits.
Yeah, it's potentially, because I don't think he's lost as much time as what he should have done if he'd have lost it earlier on in the lap. Speed Queen's got a good exit out of the final corner, and she's going to attack Jared again. They're side by side, it's very close, not giving each other any room. Oh wow, and Jared holds on for now, but it's too close.
Yeah, definitely very hard racing between the two of them there.
Absolutely.
Squeezing around on the outside.
Yeah, this certainly isn't over yet.
Yeah, Arboy's going to be lightning quick on those tyres as well.
Yeah, if these two keep battling, our boy's not out of this, which would
It's
be.
a long way to go for him, but it's going to be pushing like hell.
Yeah, he's already gained a lot of time on them, from what I've seen. So here we go, Speed Queen. I think she'll just stay behind for now, then look to get a good exit out with your hairpin.
Yeah.
And
see if Arboy does catch up, there's not going to be any hope for the two of them really.
No, and that's a big if, I guess. I'm expecting to see a fastest lap pop up any second from him. Speed Queen again gets a decent exit out the last corner and could attack Jared going into turn 1.
Not bit too far behind here, I think.
And our boy, the gap is now 8.5. He's closing in a lot. It was 13 point something, I think, about 2 laps ago. And Speed Queen not quite close enough to have a go into that corner. Oh, and Jared had a massive oversteer moment there. Is Speed Queen going to try something into this corner? No. Keeps sort of just feinting a move, like sort of letting him know that she's there, although I think he's probably perfectly aware of that.
Yep, and could look at the inside of with this hairpin.
No, not quite.
Get the DRS. Jarrett gets him the power earlier.
Yeah, this is a really good battle for front. I thought when Jared got past he might have pulled away, but it's not how it's turned out. But Speakway's not quite close enough this time around. But if she gets a good exit out of this final corner, she's got half a chance into turn 1. Don't think...
Isn't a bad exit.
No, not bad, but not quite good enough. The gap, our boy's 5.6 seconds behind.
He's got Phillips.
Yeah. Phillips.
Once more. I assume he hit the wall or something.
Yeah, this has been a race to forget.
Corrected out turn 4.
Oh.
Speaking to look on the outside. Just not willing to take any of this.
Oh, no! Speed Queen's gone wide though. She'd lost the back end on the exit. And that...
Yeah, saw that. And
that could be the end of a challenge.
Yeah, and our boy now is looming in the mirrors.
Oh, jeez, I didn't realise that's how close he was. Speed Queen's going to need to get back onto the Jared for her sake, really. You can see how much traction he's got, how much more traction he's got.
He's got 1 lap.
I'm good. I don't put it past him to take the win here. Jared's far away, but I mean he's... Oh, that's a good exit out of a... Not quite good enough out the last corner.
He's got 1 chance, really.
Yeah. Another fastest lap from our boy.
The Queen's tyres are gone, I think.
Yeah. Oh boy, what's he gonna do?
Not going to want to let our
To be fair, he doesn't have to worry about Jared because he's not really in a title hunt. It's more Speed Queen, really, isn't it?
Yep, and the Speed Queen's not going to want to let him pass.
But surely with those tyres, she's not going to have a choice. Surely she's going to be outbroken into this corner. Oh, yep. That was giving a limited amount of room there.
And what can our boy do?
He's going to need to get some monster X out of his hairpin. Hope Jared really has a problem or two. I don't think Jared's got much tyres left, to be honest. I tell you, he's not far away.
Could be close.
If he gets a good X out the last corner, he could beat him on the run to the line. I don't think Jared's going to get... It's all down to this. Round the final corner they come. It's a great exit from our boy. Is he going to do it across the line? Oh my God, he's been pushed against the wall. Who's going to get it across the line? I think he's done it. What? No, Jared. No, Jared did it. I thought our boy just had it across the line. What? Oh my... What a finish. That's the closest finish I think I've ever seen.
How close was that?
I'm just having a look. There was no penalties. No, Jared got it across the line.
I swear to God, it looked like our boy...
It did. It looked like our boy got it, but not to be. I can't believe that. That's incredible.
I want to see the gap.
It's gonna be literally... I would not be surprised if they finished on exactly the same time. To the thousandth.
But what a finish to the race there.
That is... I thought if he gets a good X out the last corner on those fresher tyres, he could have a good run up to the line, and he did. And I thought he got it. We both thought he got it, but he obviously just ran out short. Just watching Arthur Duffin recover to get 8th. That's a good effort. I don't think he was going to be in contention for points. Joe got 9th. Kind of lost track on all the other battles. Iola 10th in the end. And only just 10th. That's a little bit disappointing, actually. I could go breath back from that.
It's 1/10 of a second between them, apparently.
No, but that gap isn't right.
No, it looked like our was ahead, surely.
There must be a mess up with that gap. You can't tell me they were alongside each other across the line. And there's 1/10 between them. No, I'm not having that.
That's the closest finisher race I've ever seen. This year.
Brilliant. I'm going to invite Philip into the party now. Oh, I suggest him to you. Wow. There we go. Wow, what an end. If you were just tuned in, you see the gap is 1/10. You think, oh, if it's just behind, they would alongside. That gap is wrong. And it can't even be a question of what each drive, what we both see, because we saw they were right next to each other across the line. Like
it looked to me as though he was ever so slightly ahead as across the line, but
because Jared sort of moved over as well on our boys, so they clearly both had the same view. Evening, Philip.
What do you reckon of that?
I don't know if you caught the ending at all.
Oh, I was behind it, unfortunately, lapped, so...
It says the gap was 1/10, but they looked literally alongside each other across the line.
Yeah, it did look like our boy caught him. On the top of the timing board it did say our boy first, and then it popped up like you were spectating, you know, Jared race winner.
Yeah, we thought our boy got it across the line.
yeah, it did look like he was ever so slightly ahead, but apparently
I
not.
think he deserved it. I mean, he was the quickest.
Yeah, he brought this one wing and then was able to catch them up with like 7 laps or something. So
If you look at the race incidents, I think he only had one warning, which, you know, I know there were several drivers that had no warnings whatsoever, but we're still maybe a second off our boy, so I give him credit.
yep,
Still the leading.
it was a very good race today.
So if you caught the incident on lap 2 or 3, was it?
No, I just saw you stopped in the middle of the track for like 20 seconds.
Yeah. Basically, I was following Jared, got a better exit out, turn 4 I think it was, and tried to scorp his inside. It seems to be a bit misunderstanding, maybe he thought I was going to turn in a bit sooner, and just, I spun. Racing incident, if anything, at best, so. Yeah, I didn't want to rejoin so soon, because obviously cars are just thick and fast.
Alright.
I think a few issues in qualifying as well, I noticed.
Pardon?
You seem to have a few issues in qualifying as well, I noticed.
Yeah, I didn't. Well, my first practice was today. I've just been so busy. And just got practice, got home, got maybe an hour practicing. So it wasn't the best. I wasn't really ready for the race.
I saw you spend a lot of time preparing for a lap, just sort of sitting at the top of the hairpin, and then you mess up on turn 1.
I was already on a lap at that point, and then I locked up into the hairpin. So just drove straight onto the lock on the tyres.
What was your planned strategy after the collision with Jared?
Because well, I rejoined on and ended up taking single cab out, which is unfortunate. And then, what was it, lap 3? I didn't have a broken wing or anything, so I was still on the same tyres. Tried pushing it, I think I broke my wing on turn 4, which was fun. Because I couldn't keep the tyres, as you all well know, I'm not the best at my tyres. Took them to lap 8, pitted again, because I crashed. Then I was from lap 16 into the primes. I think by lap 24 I had bright yellow rear tyres, which was a joke, to be honest. Bear in mind it's a standard and lean, feathering the throttle. Yeah, and then took them to 30 and then crashed again and took the front wing out, which is what you saw at turn 4.
So bad day at the office all round then.
Yeah, it was quite disappointing to get no points. But I don't want this result to affect my car allocation, because I do feel like I have the pace to match the front runners, so I hope I don't get a faster car, which shouldn't be fair.
Yeah, I don't know how Iola looks at it. I don't know if he takes into account the championship position, because obviously you were late comer into the league, so you've not got many points.
So obviously the prior will be Arboy and Speed Queen. They're the only 2 main runners. Possibly Arta might join the party. But
yeah, he struggled of late, I think. Last couple of races not quite had the same pace. I think.
I felt in the race I had the pace, because you saw, I think you did see, I stuck with Jared quite well, and spare at the front two, stuck with quite well. Fastest lap was from the first stint.
Yeah, both Force Indias look very quick today. Artman, who I've not seen a lot of as well, looked to have good pace as well, and he got involved in something as well. So.
Yeah, Artman is I think he was in the Lotus last time. It seems to be. He's half in the F1 League, half isn't.
Yeah, I think that's probably why I was putting the Force India, because I did wonder. I thought Artman in the Force India. That's not usually in that, is he?
Yeah, because I think he contacted Iola, because he's not been actually active on the site since November.
Wow.
Anyway, he contacted Iola on PSN, got a race seat.
Good.
So, who do you reckon for driver of the day?
That's a good question, actually.
I have to go to Arbor just for that last sort of dash on the open tyres, really.
I've got to say Speed Queen, I'm afraid. Just drag them just to one stop.
You see,
She didn't quite have the pace.
I was going to go with until I saw that he finished 10th, because I think the last 5 laps we concentrated on the battle at the front, so we didn't really see what happened.
Iola.
Further down, yeah, I was going to say Iola. I thought he had a really good race, but finishing 10th, I don't know what happened there at the end. So he dropped down a little bit, but still the most competitive I think I've seen him, like, in a lot of battles, and I think he was battling our Turner at one point, and then I've not seen those two together on the track all season, so.
He did have a surprising bit of pace.
So that was good, but I think overall I'll say our boy as well. But he nearly chucked it away. But is Canada a track you like then, or is it one that you struggle around?
Well, I'm going to level with you, as I've only started to use no assist since I joined.
Ah.
Other than that, I was always a corners only racing man. That was the only assist I used. Hence why I used to have a struggle at Austria turn 3. The chicane today. What track did we do previously? Spain. Turn the fast chicane. I think it's 6 and 7 or something.
Do you have the racing line on in F5, or are you keeping it off?
For China I did. Yeah.
Tomorrow?
But it's been not done any practice again because I've had no time, so I'm going to get home, maybe do 30 minutes practice, hope for the best. I mean, I'm in the Red Bull.
Yeah, it's a good car to be in. Could have a shot at a podium potentially.
Fingers crossed. But I think there's more powerful assists.
I think what we've noticed, especially with this track, like across the leagues, the gaps have been a lot closer. Like, I think it's the closest F1 grid we've seen in terms of qualifying times.
More importantly, the race. I think our boy did a 1:13.0 in qualifying.
Yeah.
He never really built up a lead, did he? I think Jared stuck with him.
Yeah, I think the only thing.
He added about 2 seconds, so.
So that's the gap from first to, what was it, 16th, who qualified on primes.
Yeah, I think
there was a bigger gap with qualifying, I think. I'm not entirely sure what it was. But,
the top 12 was covered by 1.8 seconds, so pretty close.
Hopefully that's the same around Singapore, although Singapore's the longest race and it's a tight track, so you got to be consistent.
Yeah, keep it out the walls, you don't want to lose too many front wings.
Is that a little jib? Because I lost 2.5. Lost it again in Yeah.
To be fair, I had a nightmare with front wings yesterday, so I know the feeling.
It's unusual though for Canada, because there's not really many walls where you come in at high speed size. Maybe the wall of champions.
There's a lot of
really
traction issues I noticed. Joe Finn lost the back end out of turn 2 and went straight into the wall.
The pit wall?
No, it was the sort of came out of turn 2 and then sort of went right into the wall on the outside of a track. It was kind of a strange one.
It's kind of difficult with no assist, because I don't know the drivers, but speaking for myself, you lose the back end and you start panic and you just mess about with your finger trying to find that traction.
Yeah, there's so many traction zones at this track. I guess with no assist, it's a different kettle of fish to what it is with normal. For me, I don't notice it, but yeah. Anyway, I guess this.
They weren't more one-stoppers.
Just
speaking.
Yeah, I think our boy was planning a one-stopper till he lost his front wing.
What lap did he lose it on?
28 or 29. So, and I think
he might have had a puncher, because I think I heard he pitted on 14, 15.
Yeah, I did think it was a bit early to go to primes and try and keep him till the end. Especially for our boy who isn't as good at keeping his tyres as Speed Queen is.
But in the race, he's definitely vulnerable.
Yeah, I think he got away with one today.
Be it his car or his actual driving style.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what car he's in next race. The manner might be a little bit harsh, but you never know.
I think the idea is because Speed Queen and Arboy are obviously the main contenders, and to keep it fair so there's no dispute, I think we might swap them to see how they go.
Yeah, if we're in the same car, that's fair enough. I think the Sauber's a little bit slower than the Toro Rosso, which has not really helped Speed Queen.
Definitely around technical tracks. Yeah.
Because I think when I looked at the cars, I think the Sauber was a little bit quicker, but when they brought out the update, Sauber obviously got slower as the season went on.
But the rest of the field is quite far apart. I think Force India and Lotus are very similar. Maybe Lotus is a bit better on tyre wear. Toro Rosso there as well. The midfield cards are all close. You've got the Red Bull, which is probably about 5 times quicker.
Yeah.
Ferrari should be easily a second.
It'll be interesting to see what everyone gets. It'll certainly spice up the racing hopefully next time out. Anyway, I think this pretty much brings an end to the broadcast. Thanks Bill for joining us after the race.
Pleasure.
And we'll see you next time out at Singapore, which could be a very interesting one. Goodbye.